fact that I'm actually holding this book of my favorite images that have always lived on Instagram under #thismakingthat, but now live in the real world as a book and could be on a coffee table in somebody's home is like the craziest feeling to me. My very first book, This Making That, is officially available on Amazon. This book is really colorful and small and playful, and I'm so excited to be able to see all of these images that have been in the making for almost 5 years now come together in a book with awesome illustrations by Trevor Port. And I'm gonna go through and open it up and just go through a few of my favorite pages and tell a little bit of the story behind some of these images. This is the front cover and this is the back cover. And when you open it up, the book is dedicated to my parents for always letting me play with my food. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And then the very first image is Say Cheese. And this is one of the first images I ever created in the series, and I vividly remember being at my parents' house. It was around Thanksgiving time, so I was really bored sitting around, and I was eating oranges, and I started playing with the orange peels and putting them into the shape of a camera. And once I finished doing that, I loved how it looked, but I thought, oh my gosh, this would be so much better if it was made of cheese because people say cheese to the camera. So my mom had me run down to the store anyways to get some groceries, and I was in the cheese aisle for a long time. I probably ended up spending like $50 on cheese, and I got Swiss, cheddar, American, brie cheese, mozzarella, the Baby Bell cheese, blue cheese. And I got home and I remember my parents thought I was so weird for like playing around with this cheese. It's still one of my favorite images to this day. I took it on my iPhone on my parents' red cutting board. All right, let's see here. Okay, Sunny Campfire. This was the second This Making That image that I ever created. I was sitting in my dining room table in LA and we had some sunflowers that were basically dead, so I started just picking off the petals and playing around with it, and I remember organizing them into a shape on the table and thinking, this kind of looks like a campfire. So then I actually made it into that and took a photo on my iPhone, posted it on Instagram with the caption, Sunny Campfire. I remember after posting it on Instagram, I got one comment and someone said, this is pretty creative. And I was so ecstatic and felt like, oh my gosh, someone thinks something I did is creative. And that really inspired me to keep making more images for this series. This is another one of my favorites. It's called Shell Skyline. I made this recently, pretty unintentionally actually. I was just sitting at my dining room table and I was playing around with shells, and it was around sunset and there was sun coming through the window making these really long shadows. And I realized that when they hit the shells, each shell made a different shape, and when I put them in a line, it kind of looked like a city skyline. So that one was super fun, and I love that when I had Trevor make the illustration for this, I gave him the idea to do a city skyline, but he went ahead and made it the San Francisco skyline, which I love so much. Light breakfast. This is the image on the cover of the book, and I made eggs out of light bulbs for a really light breakfast. This one I remember I made on my actual birthday. It's cheesecake. I remember standing in the cheese aisle once again and just looking at the cheese so seriously, trying to find one with perfect holes that really said, I'm a classic slice of cheese. And that was how I spent the morning of my birthday. I ran back to my house, took the photo, decorated it. I think I might have been a little late to work, but it was my birthday, so it was okay. So I'm not gonna go through all the pages, but that's a little sneak peek, and the book is available on Amazon, and I'm gonna link to it here, I think, if this is on YouTube. And please share it with friends and family. It means so much to me. And also, if you wanna learn more about the process of making it or more stories behind these images, head to my blog at ColetteRobinson.com/blog. and there's a little bit more info there. And I'm gonna sell it at a couple local bookstores, and I have all these books, so I think I'm gonna do a giveaway, and if you comment on this video, you'll be entered to win one This Making That book. So let me know what you think of the book, or what your favorite page you've seen so far is, or if you're buying the book. I would love to hear from you. I can't believe this is really a thing. It's a physical book. It's a book. Am I an author? I love it so much, and I hope you do too.